On this week's episode of Gaming Buzzed, top 3 relationships in video games. But first,
Fucker in charge of you fucking fucks. Fucker in charge of fucking nothing, it seems like.
What the fuck did you just say?
Nothing.
Dude, I understand, man. Let me get you a drink.
Am I on my fucking period? What the fuck is this?
I'm sorry. Dude, I know, man. I'm playing this game and I'm stuck at, like, the first boss and I'm rage quitting. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't stand it here, man.
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls.
We just become best friends?
Yup.
You wanna make a fucking podcast about this?
Let's just do one right now.
Why the fuck are you wearing a suit top and no fucking pants?
Welcome to Gaming Buzzed. You know, video games can't leave you when you won't get off the couch every day. I'm Bill. This is Reese. Each week we talk about video games while drinking.
Yeah. Drinking a lot of different alcohols and liqueurs, a lot of fancy things.
Yes, we're definitely testing that out today.
Yeah, so this week's episode, guys, is going to be our top 3 relationships in video games, because you guys should be watching this the day before Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So
that explains all the candy. We're not just trying to have diabetes. There's a Reese's.
Is there a Reese's?
There are Reese's.
Yeah, man. Look at this. We got heart candy. We got some Kit Kats.
I didn't get the Airheads because they had the little cards. I'm not fucking with all that.
Oh man, but yeah, we got to make some Gaming Buzz Valentine's Day cards for people to share online.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. But because it's our Valentine's Day episode, we wanted to get a little romantic. We're gonna set the mood with some box wine.
Now, also, this is for the relationship people. This is the single person's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Neither of us are single. I just thought it was funny. I couldn't find any good Mike's Hard or Twisted Teas, to drown out the sadness.
Yes, no. We even look at this. We even got wine glasses. Seriously. So are we double? Are we going like? Am I going?
Oh yeah, we're double.
Double. All right. So I'm cracking this and pouring some wine. All right. So
we have to appeal to both groups.
Okay, that's totally understandable. Bear with me, guys, because I'm going to war with this box spout. Okay. Yeah, just fill a glass. Oh, I'm gonna spill it all. None of that sissy nonsense.
Are we supposed to let it breathe, or is that?
You gotta hold on. You gotta hold it like this, and you gotta spin it. I don't want to do it because I filled mine up way too much. I'm just gonna be sloshing.
Oh yeah, I just did a
sloshing wine everywhere. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I thought you were doing it the fancy way.
Pinky out.
It's definitely from a box.
Yeah, it's definitely from a box of some beautiful Cabernet Sauvignon from the good people at Franzia.
How long were you practicing that?
I do it all the time because I bartend for one of my jobs. So Cabernet Sauvignon. We have a Sauvignon Blanc, a Sauvignon Blanc. But
how do you say Chardonnay?
Chardonnay.
Oh, okay.
I ate his liver curries with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Oh yeah, the second drink's definitely good to wash down that bitterness.
There we go. Cheers. Oh. These aren't even pounders, dude. These are 24. That's 2 pounds.
I told you I couldn't find. Well, that's my fuck it.
It was not 2 pounds because I can't add because that would be 32. But anyway, it's close enough. Oh man. So for the news for this week's episode, we had some pretty cool articles. One was discovered by Bill that he sent over to me. It has been rumored that the next Grand Theft Auto, developed by Rockstar Games, will span the entire country and not just focus on one city.
Not technically the whole country. It'll be like from Los Angeles to New York, Los Angeles, New York, Miami is what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so for anyone that's not fans of GTA series, you would imagine that it's going to scope 3 cities, which would be Vice City, which is Miami, Liberty City, which is New York, and San Andreas, which is LA. So, I mean, and we were talking about this in the pre-show, this is something that me and my friends have been talking about since the first top-down GTA. We're like, wouldn't it be great if we just had a game that just had multiple cities? Or at least from the second one. By the time we realized that there were multiple cities in the GTA world, we were like, we want to travel to all of them. And like, even like, suppose there's an Easter egg at the end of GTA 4. Nico is holding an airplane ticket that said San Andreas on it. I think it was fake. I think it was just photoshopped. Like, I saw it back in the day.
I beat 4, but I don't really remember that.
That
was only a one playthrough game for me. As I call it, you call it GTA 4. I call it GTA. Yes, we'll go cut bowling, cousin.
Yeah,
that's all that fucking game was. That was the worst.
Cousin Roman, Nico, hey, let's go.
That was the worst handling for driving in a game, fucking ever. Even with the better driving cheat.
Yeah.
It did nothing.
I love GTA 4. GTA 4 was actually what made me buy a 360. I had not made the jump yet to next-gen systems at that generation's time. And GTA 4 came out. Grand Theft Auto is we'll talk about this a lot, is one of my top 3 favorite franchises of all time. And people were like, oh, you probably like better games than that. Like, you probably could, but how much fucking fun do you have with Grand Theft Auto? Like, how can you deny the fun level and the replay value of GTA series?
Like I told you before, with the latest one, I only played for like one day, and I kind of just went, it's gonna be the same shit over again.
Well, it is the same shit over again.
But I also love the chart, how there was a different GTA every year. Then it stops once it gets to 5, and then you're just waiting now. Like, oh, the year Rockstar found about DLC.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And no microtransactions, really what it was.
Real quick, I will say about GTA 5, it's unfathomable to me that people are still playing online. Like, I can't,
yeah.
I don't understand. I played it online for a little bit, it was fun, it was really cool. It took way long for the heist to come out, they pushed that back, like, for months and months and months, and I never even got a chance to even play it, because by the time they came out, I was done. I moved on to a new game.
Like most of my old coworkers, they would sit there and chat before work, lunch, and after work, like, oh, we're gonna get online, do this slice and this slice and this slice. But you need to fucking be there. I'm just going, you guys are. It's like when they played Minecraft. They were drawing out maps for Minecraft.
Yeah, man. I mean, GTA Online was pretty badass for 5. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't for me. I do love the series though, wholeheartedly.
I think there was a rumor of this might piss off more the misogynistic players. The rumor is the protagonist for this game will be female.
I'm totally for that, by the way. Why the fuck not?
I mean, like, you have your Horizon Zero Dawn, the Viking game.
Hellblade, yes, yeah, totally. Female protagonists, I mean, you can go as far back, the same as
and
Metroid. I mean, why not? I mean, that means nothing. I think that would be really cool for the world. Like, I want to see DLCs coming out where, like, we go to London. DLCs where, like, maybe they like make
I
a
feel
little,
like that's
like,
what the DLCs will be. It's different cities, different countries, different states. Like, you get the down home where you get to go to Kentucky. I don't fucking know.
I've been pushing for either A, multi-city GTA, or B, I want to see a throwback GTA. I want to see, like, GTA, like Rockstar does a GTA in Chicago in the 40s. Like, like mobsters, like Scarface and stuff like that. Like,
well, technically, you could say Red Dead is like the Wild West.
Yeah, and I thought you were going to say the Mafia games. The Mafia games are great, but I would love to see Grand Theft Auto, like, be like, it's GTA Chicago Mob, like, or whatever.
You want them to go back and technically steal the first automobile.
Seriously, like Tommy guns and old, like, Mercuries and Model Ts and stuff like that. Like, how awesome would that be? Like, you got LA Noire by Rockstar, you have GTA by Rockstar. Like, make those two worlds, like, combine. I think that'd be phenomenal.
Is it bad? I always had this idea for the GTA games. Why don't you ever have to fill up the fucking cars with gas? You fill up the gas stations, but you never have to. In my head, I'm just like, just add that realism.
That would be local. There should be like a survival mode, because imagine how intense a car chase would be if you're in the middle of the mountains in San Andreas and you run out of gas.
Yeah.
And, like, so, like, that is something to think about, guys at Rockstar. It'll be really awesome.
Our other story is Anthem, which me and Reese have talked before. We were excited when we first saw it, but not so much right now. It has been pushed back a whole year until it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a report from Kotaku. It's a reported. Wait, hold on. It's the sign of the increasing pressure because of Electronic Arts trying to come up with a way to make back some of the revenue from Andromeda.
Yeah. So
which me and you talked about before. Wasn't disappointing. I even told you there was the multiplayer guy who bought $15,000 worth of fucking multiplayer packs.
I never even played minute 1 of Mass Effect Andromeda's multiplayer.
I didn't either.
Yeah, not a single minute of it.
That is a single player story mode game.
Like I've always said, and we said in previous episodes, multiplayer should be a great addition to your already good game, and that's a game like Mass Effect. They had a great game already. I don't need to play the multiplayer, but I'm glad that it's there. That's an awesome option.
If you ever get really bored, let's just give it a try.
Yeah.
But it has to be out in 2019, and exactly March 2019, because that is when EA's fiscal year ends. So if they want to actually make the bank on it that they really wanted to, my thing for EA. I will mention fucking Mass Effect in every goddamn episode. That's funny. I told you I was going to do this.
Yes, you did.
Until I get fucking DLC for Andromeda. I don't care if people didn't say it did good. There needs to be DLC for that because you guys left so many fucking open ends in that goddamn game.
There are a lot of unanswered questions, but even the report said because a lot of the problems they had with their production and publishing of Mass Effect Andromeda, a lot of the people that are on the staff for BioWare actually got moved to help BioWare Edmonton to work on the production of this, and they halted production of the sequel to Andromeda. So that's not good news for the Mass Effect hopeful.
Right now.
For right now. Mass Effect's an IP that I don't think is going to go away.
What was the gap between 3 and Andromeda?
5?
Yeah.
5 years?
Oh yeah, then we're fine.
Mass Effect's not going to go away. As panned or not panned or loved or hated Andromeda made all its money back and then some. It made profit.
Oh, yeah.
So with that said, EA are whores and they will make another Mass Effect at some point.
But now they have the problem too because BioWare is already working on a new Dragon Age.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Which is another one I know we've discussed before.
Yeah, I haven't done, but
one day.
So
So, I believe you know what time it is.
yes, what time is it?
It's time with What's Buzzing with You, sir.
Oh man, so
We gotta get better with that. I'm gonna start clapping at imaginary bees, going, "You hear that?"
You hear it? Oh, I can dump in some buzzing noises. So
I love how we talk about editing during the show.
of course, why not? Yeah, I'll fix it in post. So while we're prepping this episode, we're talking about the topics that we're gonna go through. We're like, oh, what's buzzing with you? And I'm like, man, I really need to have a more active life than just getting drunk and going to bars because I don't know what to talk about on What's Buzzing with You every week. But actually, it kind of works out because I was out drinking in a bar and this guy showed up and it was something awesome.
Because he posted on Instagram now, and I was like, I know where that bar is, and I texted him I would come out, but I got stuff to do. And I just sat there and went, fuck it, I'm gonna go out.
Yeah, that was great because he showed up and I was wasted by the time he got there and we had a couple drinks. But the next day I saw his reply to my story and he's like, oh man, I would come out, but I got work early and I got to do research for this week's episode. And 15 minutes later he showed up. So I responded.
It's honestly right down the road.
The next morning I was like, oh, so I see that worked out really well staying in.
I mean, we did help your one friend release his stomach problems.
Yes.
It did affect me at the end.
Yeah. So the sight of puke does not sit well with you. So I found out.
Well, when I'm sitting there trying to help him puke, it was me and you pretty much just with our backs to him. It's like just release your throat. And I finally looked back and I saw that one. And I'm like, whoa. And of course his wife started going, "You're drunk." I went, "That's a lot of shit."
Like, actually, I am not.
What did he eat?
Yeah. Supposedly I closed out my tab and then not but 5 minutes later I'm like, so wait, what's my tab again? And they're like, Reese, you closed your fucking tab. So yeah, I got bombed, but I wasn't driving. We Ubered. It was we actually used Lyft, but yeah.
I witnessed your girlfriend just down us stout about that much. And I just sat there for a good 30 seconds going.
She's a special kind of lady, man. She's a special kind of lady.
I even just went, nope, your stomach's gonna hurt. But with me, I wouldn't say about the same. I've been going through my video game thing. Still have to get into our first person discussions.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to give Wolfenstein a try.
Okay.
A coworker knows I got stuck at a certain part of the game. That's one of the easiest parts, honestly.
Are you serious? Oh man.
You have to blowtorch a hole in a chain or a fence, and it's just not working right. But
so you're like, yeah, you know what, fuck this.
I was drunk about Andromeda's right here.
Yeah. I'm gonna replay that.
This game knows me. This game knows what I like.
No, but so is that it? What else has been going on?
I'm looking for stuff online to decorate my little
Okay.
sign over here. Trying to find the right stuff. But other than that, really not. Yeah, I think you're right. We really don't.
We don't lead like really like super like fun
No.
active lives. You like literally you get asked what's buzzing with me, and I'm like me posting memes on Facebook, like because
That's what you're really good at.
that's what I'm really good at. So
You had some good. I saw the one about the school today. I'm just gonna.
oh yeah,
I saw that one today.
Ooh.
If you're friends of ours,
Ooh, I see just the most randomest hardcore shit, and I just feel like I need to share it with the world. I feel like everyone need that in their lives, and I don't know why.
I think that's what Tumblr's for.
I know. I share everything to Tumblr and Instagram and to Twitter and to Snapchat and Reddit. I do all the social media things.
You still send stuff to MySpace, don't you?
I do. I have a Friendster. Look me up.
I was really surprised when you have a Gaming Buzz MySpace. I'm like, fuck that. We don't need to be that old school. We'll talk about retro gaming. We're not talking about retro.
Retro social media. Yeah. You don't use your AIM anymore?
I don't even remember the
AIM's
login.
over. AIM just died
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
a couple
right.
months ago.
I remember when that came out, I'm going, what the fuck was my password?
Oh,
It's
wow.
probably something stupid.
I've been using the same password for the last 20 years, and literally, like, if any one person knew it, you could hack my entire world, my entire life. Because every email, bank account, everything I use the same password. I've used the same password since I was 15 years old.
Identity theft is coming for you.
Yes. It's a real thing. I probably should have said that on
No.
this show. Yeah.
We'll get it in post.
We'll fix it in post. Pop up. He will not fix that in post.
Alright, we're gonna get started on this topic. I might as well,
Are we going to fill up?
I might as well.
Well,
Just gonna. I feel like we're gonna get pretty in depth with our choices. For
it's going to get real heartfelt. We're going to
yeah.
set the mood.
yeah.
I wish I had a light dimmer.
We should have got candles.
We should have. Hindsight is 2020.
We'll do that for like Veterans Day or something. I don't know. So now we're gonna discuss our top 3 video game relationships. Keep in mind, we're not doing like the relationships like between father and son. We're doing actual. They're getting it on. Like.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't even necessarily say they're getting on, but I'm going to say that our relationships are implied that there is a romantic
Yes.
tension between the two characters.
That's very good for a reminder.
You know, like some will be straight up like these characters had sex in the game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but not necessarily all of our choices will be that visceral. But you'll get what I'm saying.
Before we get to Reese's number 3, I worked very hard this week on this list.
Did you?
Just to not have Mass Effect.
Oh, come on. We're talking about relationships in video games, and I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion for anybody who's watched our show and knows us. Mass Effect is most likely to be somewhere in or around our list.
Well, let's hear it where it's going to work nice, and we're going to give away the whole illusion of how this is going to work. We filmed 1 episode. Then
Yes.
last week we filmed another episode. That's when I came up with the idea. I was like, oh, when is this going to release? Like before Valentine's, we went, technically this would be the episode. I was like, oh, so next week we can do
This is actually the 3rd episode we filmed, but you guys will see it sequentially as episode number 2.
We're not going to bullshit you.
There is no man behind the curtain. It's just 2 drunk guys that like video games.
And my first 2 lists had Mass Effect. I had to work very hard. It was a lot of me texting me. It's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm going to have to make up a couple. But, all right. Let's get this started.
So,
Who's your number 3?
I'll start with my number 3. So, which is funny, I didn't really have to think super duper duper hard. So I knew what 2 of them were going to be off the bat as soon as he brought it up. And my 3rd switched hands. So this wasn't my original 3rd, and I talked to him, and I literally just added it to my list 5 minutes before we started this episode. Number 3 is Link and Zelda from The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, right when I got here, you're like, I looked at this list and they said the most generic.
They
one.
said the most generic ones, and Link and Zelda was.
I swear to God, your number 2 is Peach and Mario.
Yeah, okay, come on. It's not Peach and Mario. How could I do that? I mean, seriously.
But
It's Princess Toadstool Mushroom. But here's the reason why. So, I'll get to what was my number 3. It's in the honorable mention. I bumped this up from an honorable mention to my number 3 because of the lineage and because of one thing. Like, everyone's like, oh, Mario's, save the princess, save the princess, save the princess. That's Mario's entire MO. Link, like, he's, like, saving, like, the princess, but
and
he's...
the kingdom.
in the kingdom, and Mario's saying the Mushroom Kingdom, but Mario's not really invested in the Mushroom Kingdom. Link is just the quiet, stoic hero that has gone through time. Like he's battled demons, like all with like just like a sword and a fairy. Like I don't know, like I really feel
Don't
like
forget the bow and the slingshot.
of course,
and the Deku stick
and the shield. I just really want to give Link a lot of credit, and I know everyone in the world loves Link, so I'm not saying that he's uncredited, but I felt like it was important enough a relationship. It spanned since, Legend of Zelda started in Japan in '86 and America in 1987 for Nintendo, developed by Nintendo, obviously. And they've spanned, it's almost been 30 years, so... excuse me, it's 31 years.
Oh,
yeah, 31 years at this point.
Now,
because Reese can't add.
I really only played Ocarina of Time, like most people.
Yeah.
Is it like a different retelling of the story every game, or?
See, alright, and we've talked about this before, I am not the biggest Zelda fan. I love those games, I've owned a lot of them, I played a lot of them, but I can't act like I'm truly that big
Like
of a
you're
nerd
the
for Zelda.
storyline,
Yeah.
yeah.
To my knowledge, they're like kid-looking Link, like young Link, that is one split of their timeline, and adult-looking Link is another split of their timeline. So Ocarina of Time Link is like, I think that is the main storyline of Link, and that has been Link from all of the games. But like the Skyward Sword and the ones with young-looking Link, I believe that's a different time. So our viewers and listeners, email us and tell us how wrong both me and Bill are.
I'm just very curious. I've only played the one. I played a half-hour fucking Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Then the time ran out. And I went, well,
Yeah.
everyone's dead. I don't care.
So yeah, and that's Link's got a really in-depth and awesome story arc, and he's one of the biggest faces in gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you ask anyone about Link and Zelda, whether they played gaming or games or not, they know what those names mean to gaming.
But I think Link almost had a different girlfriend in Ocarina of Time with the fish princess.
Yes.
I remember her being a little tease and, haha, bitch, you got swallowed by a fish. That was a fun level though.
So what's your number 3?
This is one of those ones I had to think really hard about.
Okay.
I went with Isaac and Nicole Brennan from Dead Space 1 and 2. Now, again, this is gonna be one of those spoiler alerts. Sorry, but the whole first game is really Isaac trying to find his wife. You're also decapitating monsters in horrible, gruesome ways.
Yes.
But it's him trying to find his way to this planet because he believes that's where his wife is. I'm getting this plot wrong. Red comment or something. I don't fucking care. You finally get there and you find out the ghost is really your subconscious leading you down a wrong path. This is from 1 into 2. She haunts you all the way to the end of 1. You find out she's dead. Hence the spoiler. And then 2, her ghost is haunting you to get to this planet, activate this icon, and that pretty much just sets those monsters loose in the world.
Okay.
Yes, my plot analysis is very broad.
I've never played the Dead Space series. So.
I haven't played it in a while, but
Yeah.
I just went for a general overview of the game. I just went, yeah, remember that.
Yeah.
It is one of those games that just makes it. Finally did make me jump. 2 made me jump a couple times. I haven't had that happen since.
I heard the jump scares were ridiculous.
I haven't had that happen since Fear.
Oh yeah, that was a good game. That was a real good game. Jump Scare City.
That little bitch.
Yeah.
But Dead Space, it was cool because the enemies were not dead until you decapitated like limbs and heads and all that.
Okay.
You had to be very in depth with it.
Okay.
Which is, of course, gory. Of course, I'm sure most of you have seen the reaction videos to the needle in the eye. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen so much footage.
I just watched that one with grandparents that were there. I just went, yeah, that's a great idea. Oh yeah, they probably saw the bombs dropping on that. Why not just show them this type of shit? Your number 2.
My number 2. All right. So this was one. It was as soon as we talked about relationships and games, this instantaneously popped in my head. My number 2 is the relationship between Max and Chloe from Life is Strange, released 2015 for PS4 by Don't Nod Entertainment and partnered with Square Enix. Square Enix did the publishing.
I already like how your list is like so much more in depth. You go year and
I don't know.
Let's go. This game.
This game and this thing. I don't know, man. Life is Strange is
I've heard
such.
good things.
See, it's such you don't own a PlayStation, dude. You love the Telltale games.
I think it's available on Steam. I believe.
It is.
Okay.
It is. So you can get it online. So you love the Telltale story games. This is another choose your own adventure style game.
I really hope that type of game is coming back.
Yeah, it will. I think it is, man. Those Telltale games are extremely popular. Life is Strange is a critically acclaimed game. You're coming out soon. Those games by I forget the name of the company, but Indigo Prophecy, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls. Those games are great. Until Dawn, which is another PlayStation game that I highly recommend to anyone. If you like storytelling games, which I'm a huge fan of, all those games I named are great. Anything by Telltale, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So, Life is Strange is a game about I think she's like 16. Yeah, I think she's like a junior, in her junior year, girl who grew up in the Northwest, like Washington State area, moved probably I think like age 12 or 13. It seems like around middle school, and then came back right at the beginning of her junior year, and she's a photographer. She went to art school in New York for photography, and now she's back. And she's like, this sounds so emo. She's your typical emo 16-year-old girl from the Northwest, like
my cam on the rag.
Yeah, she like takes pictures and everything like that. But like, there's so much heart in this game, and the great thing about this game, what makes the game great, is she gets butterfly effect powers. She has the ability to rewind time through photographs that she takes. It's so fucking killer. The game is so amazing. The writing is so amazing. You will cry. This game will make tears come from your eyes. It grabs your soul and your heart and just fucking crushes it up into a ball and throws it.
Comparable to season 1 of Telltale?
It's on that level though.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the finale of Walking Dead season 1. The finale of Walking Dead season 1 took a lot out of me. Yeah. All right, but
I took a break from gaming.
I mean, I won't spoil it because it's great. Anyone should go play it. But the end of Chloe is the main character. She realizes that if she looks at photos taken years before, she can go back to those days and change shit. And
now you mentioned butterfly effect. Is this like the whole way they blow up a mailbox and someone loses their hand?
Well,
Is Amy Smart a hooker in this?
Amy Smart is not a hooker in this.
Okay.
Sadly, Amy Smart is not a hooker. But like, there's a real minor spoil. Like, her best friend Max, her dad is now dead, and to fix that, he died in a car accident. Chloe has the idea, I'm gonna go back in time and fix her dad's death, and she saves her dad from dying in the car accident by moving his keys, and he can't find him. He doesn't leave the house that day. When she goes back to the present, shit is fucked. Like, it's like. It's butterfly effect type shit. She changes something and something completely horrible happened in place of that. And the game is so great. But what's so awesome about it is they never say that Chloe is a lesbian whatsoever. There's no inclination to whether she looks boys
You
or
explained
she looks
this to me
girls
last week.
at all. The internet kind of ran with like the idea that she might be homosexual, and I don't even want to comment on that because I think it's kind of wrong of me to assume, but you can just tell the way she cares about Max in this. It is a relationship of worth taking note, and that's why I wanted to include it on my list, because that really meant a lot to me. There's a lot of heart in this game. There's a lot of heart between these two characters. You really feel like how much they care for each other and how much they mean to each other, regardless of whether or not it's a sexual or physical thing. So I would definitely recommend that game for anybody to check out, and I love the relationship between those two.
I'm gonna give this one a try. I'll check the price on Steam.
Yeah.
Aren't they making a second?
Well, a prequel episode called. So the big story of Life is Strange, in the beginning of the season, once Chloe came back to school in Northwest, she sees a dream of a giant storm destroying her town, and that's the overarching thing going on through the entire game, and she's trying to go back and change shit to stop that from happening. She sees it, she projects seeing it. And there's another game that just came out a couple months ago called Life is Strange Before the Storm, and you play as Max, her friend. I have it downloaded, I bought it, I still haven't even touched it yet. I have so many games on backlog that I need to fucking play. So what's your number 2?
We were discussing this right before.
Okay.
I said how this could be technically a love triangle in this game. I went with Batman and Catwoman from Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, okay. Saucy. I like that.
It was like you pretty much I would say what, maybe a good hour and a half in until you finally run into Catwoman with Batman.
It takes a while, actually.
All because of the fucking Riddler.
And
And it's pretty much you have to do all these side quests to try and save Catwoman's life. It's fun. It
has
has
the
the dynamic.
has the old jumping back and control Catwoman and control Batman.
What made me
thing.
think of it is like, why would the Riddler pick Catwoman of all of them, not pick like Poison Ivy or one of them?
Because he knows. He knows. And that's what makes their relationship so great.
I'm still gonna jump back into Catwoman, but this is why I say Poison Ivy. You seem to spend more time with Poison Ivy, in my opinion. Poison Ivy definitely looks a lot sexier than his previous versions. And in the end, God, all my are gonna be spoiler alerts. I'm sorry, but in the end, Poison Ivy ends up giving her life to save Gotham and to save Batman, really. But
to save Gotham and the plants, and by virtue of that, Batman included.
it's when you put in like, what would she really say? And I went, good point.
Yeah.
But I feel like they had more of the flirtation thing. But Batman and Catwoman, that's just the relationship that just goes through the ages.
Exactly. Yeah.
They were in, I believe she was in Arkham City. She was in Arkham Origins, 2 of which you didn't play. And Arkham Knight. But Arkham Knight is just such a fun fucking game. I see why it was panned. The PC version was panned, but that just hurt overall sales in general.
People, I feel like I didn't even play it until about 6 or 7 months ago. So it came out like what, a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
And so I didn't play it when it released. And like he said, I haven't played in the other one since Arkham Asylum. People were like, "Oh, fucking Batman be on this tank, and you gotta do these fucking tank missions." I was like, that was fucking awesome. I loved everything about Arkham Knight. I didn't give a shit less that I had to do stupid tank missions. They were fun tank missions.
I will have to find the one piece of info that I had. It said just the rendering for all the mechanisms of the tank,
Yeah.
the Batmobile, would overload an Xbox 360.
Really?
Yes.
I don't doubt it.
Just all the graphics for
Dude,
it.
I love
The graphics were
everything about
amazing.
Knight. Arkham Knight was top notch, top tier game.
The reveal of who the Arkham Knight is, that was... I'm not spoiling that one.
I knew
was-
that from Jump Street, by the way, viewers. There's no way
I
that
had
was
some,
not him.
I had someone spoil it for me too.
Oh, that sucks.
I just went, fuck it.
Yeah.
But Pigface, he was a fun guy. to
He was
face.
fun, dude. Yeah, because he was the one that was putting the bodies up around the
Yes.
city, right? I love that. That was actually...
Azrael was fun.
Azrael was my favorite, and Man-Bat was my favorite.
Oh man,
Because
that's
like the first time he
You don't expect
scared
a jump
you,
scare.
exactly,
Fucking Batman.
exactly. Yeah, Man-Bat was really cool.
the Hatter. His level was fun.
Hatter's level was fun. I wanted more from the Hatter, but it was fun. It wasn't.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
It's like we talked about this before. The DLC for all the extra villains, it
Yeah.
just felt too short.
It did.
You honestly got Mr. Freeze like that.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze was cool, but I liked his story, and I liked they didn't make Mr. Freeze just a dickhead asshole villain. Victor Freeze has always been an interesting bad guy in the Rogues Gallery because he's always had a purpose. Like, he's like, I'm just trying to save my wife. I'm just trying to save my wife. And they did that well in the DLC in Arkham Knight because it wasn't like, I'm trying to freeze the city, Batman. No, he was like, I'm trying to save my wife. And, like, he was never really an antagonist during his DLC. You did shit, but the entire time, like, him and Batman were like, all right, dude, like, let's figure this out.
You get to his location. He froze the bad guys.
Yeah.
He's like, they're trying to fuck with me. Just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. So
I just want to do this.
I did enjoy the writing. I mean, as I said, everything with Arkham Knight was great. I love the writing for it. That, and I love the DLC writing for Freeze's DLC.
But the goddamn Riddler challenges.
250 challenges.
I think it's 59. I think it's an odd number. It's not an even number, I'm pretty sure.
It's really upsetting. But no, like you said, man, Batman and Catwoman is a relationship that's transcended time.
It was
Batman
fun.
came out, what, in 1937, I think?
Yes,
Batman
and it was a
came out?
fun back and forth between
Yeah.
them, physically as well as the conversation. But you got to use Catwoman's abilities, you got to use Batman's abilities, but in the end, you know, they're just going to go to the Batcave and somewhat pussies. He pets her pussy, alright. Anyway, what is your number one, sir? Or should we do honorable mentions now?
Let me do my honorable mention.
Okay, let's do that.
Because I was like, number one.
Yeah, let's not go to number one, then bring it back up.
Alright, so my honorable mentions, I'll just go through both of them real quick. Because this actually one was number 3, and they bounced off. Eco and Yorda from Eco, 2001 for PS2 by Team Eco. You guys might not have heard of that game. You might have heard of Shadow of the Colossus. Team Eco is a gaming studio that makes wonderful RPG style. I guess you wouldn't even say that. I guess
And
it's
they just
puzzle.
ran
puzzle games.
Scales, like Shadow of the Colossus, that's just a grand...
Yeah. Shadow of the Colossus is one of those games that, like, people will never not talk about that game. And they're doing a remaster of it coming out soon, which I'm excited to get. Shadow of the Colossus, the entire legitimate game, I believe there are 12, there might have been more. I think there's a secret one too. There are just 12 giant colossi, giant monsters, like giant scale of like the size of like this fucking little like piece of chocolate to the can. Like you are the hero of the colossi are that big. Some are even bigger, some are a little smaller. And it's 12 boss battles. That's the whole game. You're the character on the back of a horse. You travel around this globe of a world, this map, and you find one of the colossi, and you have to kill it and destroy it.
Now, are there like little minions in between, like help you level up? No,
there's no such thing as leveling. It's none of that. And it's such a pure and clean game, and each colossi has different mechanics of how you have to destroy it. One is a giant furry one, and you like climb up it, and you find the sweet spot that you stab, and once you stab it, like that, he'll die. But it's a kind of like a puzzle adventure game because like you have to figure out how to beat each one. I'm talking about Shadow of the Colossus way too much because Shadow of the Colossus isn't even the choice, but that's a great fucking game. Ico is an equally awesome game where you are a young, I think you're a prince because you have a crown. You're saving this young girl, Yorda, and you legitimately, the entire game, have to hold her hand and bring her along with you everywhere. You can let her hand go, and she stands still and does not move, and you can like solve puzzles, move shit around, do things that you need to do, but you then have to go grab her hand and bring her along.
This just sounds frustrating.
It is very frustrating, but it's such a unique concept, and like that was the first game by Team Ico, and people's minds were blown. They're like, this is like the most different game I've ever played, and it was really, really interesting and cool. So I had to include that because the relationship between a character that you physically cannot finish the game without this person. I thought that was interesting to talk about relationships. And my other honorable mention is Cloud and Aeris from Final Fantasy VII, because like Aeris was like a cleric. She was like kind of like a nun, I guess, in the aspect of the Midgar world, and Cloud being Cloud, soldier for fucking for Shenmue Corporation, or a defectee soldier at that point, and a clone. You can tell how much he loved Aeris. You can tell how much Aeris cared about him. And Aeris always came back in visions. After spoiler alert, Aeris fucking dies. Everyone knows at this point. Don't level Aeris. Don't spend time leveling Aeris because she's going to die. So you can tell that she cared about him, even though she was like a religious figure, I guess, in the world. So you would never really see a physical relationship about him. And that game is such an echelon for me, an echelon of gaming or RPGs that I had to include as honorable mention. What are your honorable mentions?
My first one is Javi and Kate from The Walking Dead: New Frontier.
Yeah.
They're New Frontier. They don't start off in the beginning. Technically, Kate is your brother's wife.
Yeah, so
but the first half hour in, he's not there anymore. Mm-hmm. And you have the little flirtatious things and all that. But it's not until, would you say, episode 3, things really start to...
It's where
it's like reciprocal from her.
So the beginning of The Walking Dead starts with a past thing, and then it flash forwards, and in the flash forward, spoiler, it starts off with Javi and her in a car together driving. So right from that moment, you can tell the tension
as well as the two kids, but they're being quiet. They're like, "Do you want to sneak off somewhere?"
Yeah. So it's built upon, but it doesn't start till probably episode 3 when it becomes a thing.
Oh yeah, but you had mentioned your possible honor mention from the game.
Yes, and I didn't pick it because I just wanted to pick it because I love that he had someone from Walking Dead and our shared love of that game. I was gonna pick Clem and Gabe, which Gabe is Kate's son, and that series of Walking Dead. Because Clem is, we haven't gotten into it yet, but she's easily my top 3 favorite protagonist of any video game I've ever played.
Wait until our Mother's Day episode.
Oh man, and so Clem is a gem that you will not hear the end of me and Bill talking about because she's one of our favorite characters in gaming of all time, and so I wanted to include her. And she has a cute little back and forth with the character Gabe.
She's slightly annoying in season 1. As I told them replaying it, I was like, anything I can do?
Yeah, she's
go stand the fuck over there.
She's a little kid though.
And you always keep getting grabbed, bitch.
Yeah.
Stay in one fucking spot.
She's a little kid.
I know. Yeah, it's not as bad as Duck.
Oh God, fuck Duck.
So what? Anyway. What was my intention to keep off this list?
So wait, is that in your honorable mentions?
I have one more honorable mention, but what I want to keep off the list?
You wanted to keep Mass Effect on.
Mass Effect's an honorable mention.
Of course Mass Effect's an
Shepard
honorable
and
mention.
whoever the fuck he wants to bang. Okay. Now, we will talk this technically in the next episode with our RPGs. You get to pretty much romance whoever you want. I think that
Pretty much, because not the first Mass Effect.
Yeah, and 2 and 3 you can romance pretty much anyone. I feel like with FemShep, as you go, you get to romance more. I believe you got to romance not Kelly Chambers, the one in Mass Effect 3, because I believe she was a lesbian.
Oh, the pilot.
Yeah, no, not the pilot, the yeoman. Whatever.
Yes.
She calls you female or mass.
Yeah, you can romance her. You can romance her
If you're a female.
If you're a female.
Yes.
Which so do you have any other album mentions?
I'm gonna stick with just that, and you can pretty much bang whoever you want as Commander Shepard because you have your own fucking ship, and
Because
it doesn't drop panties like that.
there's a huge segue into my number one.
Oh.
My number one is Shepard.
Oh, god damn it.
And Garrus.
Of course.
Specifically. It has to be. Alright, listen. Listen, for anyone that knows me in video games and characters and relationships knows about my love of Garrus Vakarian, the Turian sniper soldier from Mass Effect series. I love his blue scaly ass with all of my heart. I love all the calibrations that he does. He's so awkward, but like he's dangerous. He's a trained sniper, tactician. Like when I talk about Garrus, like I talk.
Is he your archangel?
Like he's my archangel. He's my archangel. I talk about Garrus the way like people talk about like their girlfriends and boyfriends. I'm like you don't understand. My love for Garrus Vakarian is so strong. So I ran a FemShep of Mass Effect, my only run through of Mass Effect.
You guys will hear all about this in the next episode where he goes much more in depth.
Yeah, so I ran a FemShep, and when it came to certain relationships, I knew I wanted to romance Garrus from boom Mass Effect 1. I'm like, I want to romance Garrus. That's because I had heard about the game. You can romance people. I did not know that you're limited in Mass Effect 1. You can only romance one of 3 characters. We talk about this a lot. Yes. Kaden and Ashley and Liara. Liara is bisexual, so if you're male or FemShep, you can romance her. And if you're a guy, you can romance Ashley. If you're a girl, you can romance Kaden. I had no interest in romancing Kaden. And I accidentally romanced Liara just through game selection. I didn't even mean to. But then I found out you couldn't romance Garrus anyway, so I was like, well, fuck, I don't give a shit anymore. So as soon as Mass Effect 2 started, once the characters get brought back together, you get the chance to rekindle your past relationship.
Yes.
And Liara asked my Shepard, like, oh, well, like, are we still a thing, or was that, because there's a big jump, your character literally dies, he's probably like, are we still a thing from the past or not? And I was like, nah, bitch. I'm like, I can romance Garrus this game, I know I can, I don't want nothing to do with you. So I cut that off of Liara from Jump Street, and I just gunned for Garrus. He really is, he's just so genuine and so awkward, and I love their interaction and a little tongue-in-cheek humor, and I love how like strange he is and everything about him. So there's no way that could be my number
getting
one.
tighter as we're Jesus Christ. But you didn't like Vetra.
I love. See, and I went male Shepard for Andromeda and Vetra's the Turian in Andromeda, and I thought about it, but she's just got a different personality. It's not that I didn't like her as a character. It's just my Shepard in that game would not have gone for that. I never romantic Cora. I did fuck PB in Zero Gravity though.
Yeah, we already had that talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how Cora found out about me. God damn. You know what? Maybe I'll do a FemShep and I'll just romance Drac next one.
Ooh.
I'll let you know how rough that goes.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. So what's your number one, dude?
Oh, it's got that. Mine is Booker and Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite.
There we go.
It's just such an iconic couple. Like they're at all the artwork now. And
Yeah.
You start off as Booker DeWitt, and you go to this cloud sound of
New Columbia, right?
No, it's just Columbia.
It's Columbia.
I was gonna say New Rapture and all that. That's
Yeah.
Oh, this wine hits hard.
Yeah, man. Franzia. Woo.
But you get there, you're searching for Elizabeth, but you don't know how special she really is. She is pretty much the leader's daughter.
Okay.
And they keep her in like the bird version of the Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
You find out it's a super religious place. They pretty much you drown in like the first 5 minutes because they're baptizing you, but it holds you just a little too long.
Okay.
You explore through all the town. Apparently, you're the scourge that they want just because you have a birthmark of a 6 on the back of your hand. You're the demon.
Of course. Why not? Why wouldn't you be?
It wouldn't be a Bioshock game unless you weren't.
Of course.
You fight your way to the thing. You find out just how special Elizabeth is. She can open tears in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she opens the one, and I forget what song comes through. I can hear it in my head, but you hear like current music coming through the time. This is set in like the 1940s.
In 1940s, in a world that is in the clouds,
Yes.
by the way, guys. So
They wanted to
guys have never
escape,
played Bioshock Infinite.
Their gods are honestly Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, and there's another who's one of the robots, but I can't place. I don't want to say.
Jefferson?
I think it's Jefferson. Yeah, I think Jefferson is one of the automaton robots. Yes, there are walking robots that look like George Washington. They shoot machine guns at you.
That
Totally
sounds-
believable, huh?
That sounds like a good time.
Especially for the 40s. We finally get there. She can open these tears in time, and she just pals around with you for the rest of the time. If you run out of ammo, she goes here, and all that, and coins. Which after a while you just go, where are you getting this?
Well, what's your deal?
It's, but I mentioned to you the spoiler.
I know.
I don't want to give it away because I feel like some of you already know it.
See, well, here's the thing. With the Bioshock games, are all about their crazy twists and stuff like that. So
I like the twist.
I've never played Infinite. I played a little bit of 1 and a little bit of 2. I watched someone play 1 all the way through, so I know everything about 1. I don't know shit about Infinite. I've seen the final clip, like, you know, what happens, you know, then the big, not even twist, but the huge, crazy, what the fuck moment. I have no idea of the context of it. I was like, wow, that was fucking weird.
We're doing this in post. I'm going to take a sip. You can just put spoiler warning right here. 'Cause I'm just going to say the full ending because I didn't even tell you the full ending.
It's okay. Go right ahead. Do
No,
it.
that's good.
Do it.
Elizabeth is your daughter. You are technically the religious leader, but you went crazy. But as Elizabeth, you can open the time things. She went to another time, pulled him out, then got taken prisoner. Well, he traded her to these two. It's a very complex. It's so
So
weird.
see what happened is.
Like, I just need to be like charts and all that. And
Yeah,
here-
it's the meme with Charlie from Always Sunny. Like, listen, like,
Okay, there's his brother and sister. They're pretty much following you the whole game, like making you make decisions. They ended up taking Elizabeth from you to pay off some debts.
okay.
But as they were walking through a time loop in a back alley, Elizabeth's hand is holding on to you, and her pinky comes through and gets sliced off. That's why she wears a thimble on her finger.
Okay.
You find that out towards the end, after you've pretty much beaten her father to death,
Okay.
which is
Well,
rather,
her supposed father.
yeah, it's rather fucking gruesome.
Yeah.
You smash his head into a stone fountain over and over again. Then there's like this 15-minute, like, long thing, like you're just walking along the things. You go to Rapture,
Oh, okay.
and she goes, "This is the future." And when you just go, ah, then you find out that you are in fact her father and all that. Yes, that does make this whole relationship thing rather weird. But
Yeah.
I just make like how it's so complex.
Yeah. So
It is an old boy.
So-
Oh, that's another spoiler for you.
Oh man.
Sorry.
It isn't an old boy. So, but all right, now we've already prefaced this with spoilers. So the final scene that I saw that really
And that scene fucked with me.
you're it's a first person game, and it ends with you being drowned to death by multiple Elizabeths. So are these like different incarnates of Elizabeth from throughout the time
Yes.
loops? But
And
why,
she says
why
it-
are they? But why
and
are
she
they
says
killing
it,
you?
She says it as you're walking along all different boardwalks leading to the White House. Every point leads you back to this. You did this horrible thing. You gave away your daughter. Everything comes back to that, and it's time for you to finally pay the price for it. That was the overall thing from it.
God.
It's such a twist ending. Like it goes to black, and you're just going.
Yeah.
I had to play it through 2 more times just to finally understand it.
Yeah, like, I can only imagine
I
like
probably-
beating
I
it and just be
probably-
like,
I probably still don't fully grasp thing. Yes, you guys can leave comments and tell me how wrong I am, but that is what I took from it. But Bioshock Infinite, it's just such a fun fucking game. You really need to play it.
I really do. I really, really do.
1 and 2 are great. Infinite was just such a brand new thing. Yes, they didn't have some things they had in trailers in the game. Who gives a fuck? It's still a very fun game. You can summon balloon flying machine guns. You can summon the George Washington machines.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
unique enemies and all that.
I love the Bioshock series, 1 and 2.
One is just a classic, though.
One's a classic. The story is so fucking good. One of the best twists in video game history. So simple and just so out of nowhere, and you were like, oh. You're like, I remember like I was watching someone play it when they beat it, and as soon as they beat it, I was like, oh fuck, for real?
Did they have good or bad ending? Did they have good or bad ending?
Well, no, not final ending. The twist. The Would You Kindly. Once you realize. Once you realize what was going on with the Would You Kindly, you're like...
If you don't know the Would You Kindly twist by now...
Oh, man.
Go on YouTube, look it up.
Yeah.
We're not going to say it here. We'll have our whole best twist ending at some point.
And that will be somewhere on one of our lists.
But those games are just classic games.
They really are.
You couldn't really have a relationship with you and the little sister. Yeah. That's just a weird one.
Yeah.
It's a relationship, but it's not.
It is not what we were going for the Valentine's Day relationship. I mean, even though when you get down to it, Booker and Elizabeth's relationship is very kind of fucked up, but like you said, it's kind of got an old boy element to it that you didn't really know for the majority of the game, so it makes
They don't.
Yeah.
Like, as my other two did, the twist, because they're in all the artwork, so you just go, oh, they gotta be a couple. Ruin that for you, didn't they?
Oh, there you go. Incestuous. So, anyway, So,
our two lists are quite different. Aside of our honorable mention, which I didn't even know you were going to do that segue. But,
yeah, it worked out that way, though.
What are you playing? Have you gotten around to games finally?
Alright, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I run a gaming podcast with my host, Bill. And I don't really play video games that much anymore, and it's a really horrible... It's a horrible thing to say. I have not played a single game in the last week. I have not. I'm going to change that.
Not even on your phone?
Not even on my phone. I really haven't. Like, it's shitty, man. It's shitty.
No, wait. You played pinball the other night.
Did I play pinball?
Yes, you played pinball. So I remember watching you walk over to the bathroom. You disappeared into the one alcove, and I was just looking at...
I played pinball, guys. I played pinball.
I don't know what pinball you played. You're only gone for like 3 minutes, so I don't think
I probably lost real fast because I was drunk as shit that night. Yes!
But technically you did game.
I did game. I played pinball.
So
that's what I did.
His best friend was like, so he went into the corner, but I don't know, he's like, I'll get him. I'm skinnier, I can fit through. And I went, fuck you. He went and checked, he's like, he's playing pinball. I was like, how's he doing? He's like, not good. I went, okay. You were back within a minute. You went, I lost. I went, okay.
Guys, I was drunk.
You weren't puke on the sidewalk.
I wasn't puke on the sidewalk drunk. I did not throw up that night. But I might played pinball and not remembered it. So Bill, what are you playing, buddy? That's great.
I did puke, but it wasn't by my choice. Just trying to help him and just all that. It just came off.
It happens, man. It happens.
It was like my whole body just went, no! I'm still playing the Telltale series, which I was talking about with you before we started.
Yeah.
And episode 1, just that whole, do you know this man? Yes? Well, okay then. Really? I don't think that works in today's times.
Yeah,
like,
no.
But I am going to get started on Wolfenstein.
Okay.
Yes, as we mentioned in the...
You know what? I'm going to play Life is Strange by next week. Because it's a short game. You know, those indie games aren't really too long. And I can knock that out in a week's time, so we can talk about that.
But, like, I just want to do a Telltale game already. But we have to wait till
when is the release date of Season 5?
I believe it's next year.
Okay. So Season 5, as you might have said before, is going to be the final season of Walking Dead, and it's going to be so they say. But they also said it's going to be the end of Clem's story. If they fucking kill Clem, I thought they were going to kill Clem in this season, and I'm like, you motherfuckers.
I think you just answered your own thing on that. Honestly.
I'll tell you right now, man.
You kind of just
Telltale, listen to me. You dare kill Clementine. Yeah, you're going to need to deal with. Alright? Alright?
That's like EA.
Mark my words.
That's like EA being scared of my threats. That's really going to work. I don't know. Maybe it is the right time to end it. You don't want to keep dragging it on and on.
And Clem's story. I like stories that end. And I'll tell you this right now. No
lie. They ended Game of Thrones one after one.
If they kill Clem, I will be literally heartbroken, but ultimately I'll love it. Because everyone loves a tragic story, and everyone loves seeing a story come to a close. I love seeing stories come to a close. So I'm not saying kill Clint, because please don't. I don't think I need to cry while playing a video game again. It's been a while.
Yeah, can we please not have a Mass Effect 3 ending with that?
Yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
Oh, well, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think they'll.
Oh, what? You get 3 choices how you die?
I don't think they'll be that cheap. But just don't kill Clint. But if you do,
make her heroic.
Make it heroic, and I'll cry fucking tears for days on end.
Make Lee Zombie come after her.
Oh man! Oh, don't do that to me. My heart just thinking about it.
Also, if you didn't know how season 1 ended, now you
Oh man, spoiler alert.
It's been years. They've had time. If you're watching a gaming podcast, you know how season 1 of Walking Dead ends.
Yeah, I will say that much. But
And if you didn't, I'm not fucking sorry.
So
This wine is making me fucking feel good.
I want to take time now to thank the good people at Franzia and the good people at Rancho Loco and the Palmyra district that sold this Franzia to me.
Now, guys, I know you'll see in the first episode and technically our RPG episode, we say we're gonna get drunk during the episode. Fact is, we fucking can't.
Yeah.
It's one, irresponsible because we both live in different towns. Yes, I could crash on the couches right there, but Reese has podcasting stuff to do and making up shirts and it's all that. We will start sharing our gaming stories while drunk. We'll start sharing the choices we make, like with Telltale games.
Yes.
And
that was a lot of people always ask you like, are you like guys like drunk gaming? Are you guys like playing games drunk? And you're like, no.
Eventually.
We're just like kind of talking about games while getting buzzed. That's the whole gaming buzz. But even earlier today, we talked about we're gonna do some playthrough episodes down the line. We're gonna do some speedrun drinking game episodes with different games. So we will do events where like in episodes where we will get tanked. We will post stuff, little clips, little videos. I'm thinking about just starting like a Snapchat or an Instagram for us that like we can just post drunk randomness all the time. Because as much as a gaming podcast is, this is also a drinking podcast.
Yes.
You know, and we want to.
Yes, we don't talk about the types of alcohol that much, but come on, we're still new at this.
Yes.
We're still laying the groundwork as we go.
Of course. So bear with us, and as everything comes along, nothing can do but go off from here.
I mean, guys, we're talking about doing shows from bars.
Yeah.
If they'll have us.
If they'll have us, could you imagine?
That's where we're gonna get really drunk.
No, man.
People are gonna try to buy a check. I want to play Mario.
Nah.
We're playing pinball. I want to play Mario. We're not, okay.
So we got a lot of cool shit in the pipeline. Make sure you stick around for our next week's episode, which is going to be our top 3 RPGs. Dane, for anyone that's been watching this episode and gets that reference, because this actually was recorded after that episode. But anyway, that's a little inside baseball.
Nice dreary day in January.
Yep. So thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of Gaming Buzz. We're going to thank Franzia. We're going to thank the good people at Pabst Blue Ribbon. I didn't even eat any of this candy. Where's the Reese's one?
I know. I gave you some.
Did you? Oh no. Oh, these are all. Oh, they're all fucking Reese's ones.
No, not all Reese's. Just they made the same fucking shape.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So I'm gonna eat one of these.
We hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. Honestly, whether your love is a person or a game character, that's up to you. Unless you are rich enough and bought one of those new sex robots.
I need one of them.
I watched a little bit of that AVN thing. That thing is scary.
I want one so bad. I'm just saying.
I'm good. Skynet's gonna take over. Anyway, guys, thank you so much.
Yes, please. Before we get out of here, make sure you guys check us out on Facebook, Gaming Buzz, our website, www.gamingbuzz.com. You can find us on Twitter @GamingBuzz. You send any emails or any questions for Bill, or Reese @GamingBuzz, either or if you have any general questions, you can send them to info@gamingbuzz.com as well. We love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out, and until next week, guys. Cheers. Well, I'm out of wine. Oh, I'll fake it.
Yeah. Let's go finish up. I'm gonna finish up. Yeah, I'll come back for it.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. First time you stood up in a while.
Let's go watch PSG.
Yeah, man.
That's Gerard Butler.
He doesn't.
He's past the 300 days, bro.
I know. Can't forget the wine. Can't forget the wine.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Some of that. Some of that.
Grab me a Reese's.
There's some.
There it is.
Thanks for tuning in. Come back next week for more hijinks. You can find us online at www.gamingbuzz.com or on Twitter @GamingBuzz. Special thanks to Franzia and Pabst Blue Ribbon and viewers like you.